Morning Year 13, I hope you are all keeping well and you're doing well and you're hanging in there. As I shut the door, you're hanging in there and aching to get back. I don't know. Right guys, I just thought I'd just do a bit of a video thing as I've not really had a send much over to you guys as we've been doing the HR stuff and now the business plan stuff. So first, thank you for getting in your HR pieces. I'm going through those now. Well, I've almost finished marking them. Please be aware that probably when we do get back, I'll be able to sort of verbalise an approximate grade. However, I've got to go through moderation, so and then that really can't be done online. It's really quite tricky, so it probably will take a little bit longer. But bear with. But anyway, thank you for sending those in. Which now we turn our attention to the carry out, the actual sort of NCA part of the carry out and the business plan. I'm pleased to see we've been ticking along and you got your challenges in a couple of weeks ago for the yes stuff. And Josh, that's really good. Just on the yes thing, that usually in the calendar, the next thing that comes up is the Dragon's Den, and that's the real good fun bit, and that's the bit that I really love about doing yes. But obviously things probably might change because of this lockdown, so just bear in mind. However, what we can be chipping on with is doing the NCA part, which is the big bit, which is we've got to do the business plan. Okay, so as I did mention, this is should be on our it's on Moodle. This is what I handed out to you right at the very beginning, and this is just the assignment sheet. So just to go through what I would really focus on, and I'm not going to go through all this stuff because you've seen all this stuff. Before I just jump into that, please just be aware of this bit here. There's a bit of a weird way in which grades are awarded, very much because it's a combination of three things. The thing that takes sort of preference or prevalence is the business plan. So what NCA say is usually 99 times out of 100, your grade on the business plan is the highest grade that you can get, because their theory being is that if you haven't planned it, if you've only planned it to achieve, how could you possibly review an achieved plan to an excellent standard? All right. Anyway, but the bottom line is, yeah, please be aware of that. So it really is a significant chunk of this standard. Anyway, I digress. Right, so I'm not going to go through all of this stuff because we've sort of spoke through it before. But what I think, just to hit the ground running on our business plan, start thinking about it, I would suggest at the minute we're very much looking at these bits here. It says the bit where sort of from here, I mean, obviously write the business plan bit. And guys, can I just ask, please can we make sure it goes in that order, just because it makes my marking so much easier if it does. Thank you. Anyway, executive summary, don't worry about that until at the end, okay? And then this bit here with the introduction and business goals, this is a bit that we can be starting to really think about. I guess when it comes down to doing a business plan, yep, we do split it up into the different areas, and you tend to focus on the different areas, the different roles. But please be aware, it's a team thing, all right? So don't just go off, write your little bit and think that's it, all right? Everyone contributes to each other. So in certain areas, particularly like the introduction of business goals, I guess it would fall under the CEO type of role, but it's everyone's business goals. It's everyone's idea, okay? So everyone should contribute to it. Okay, so very simply, name description of the product. You can give it a bit more oomph and a bit more depth by saying your distinct advantages, rather than just saying, oh, we are making soap or whatever it is. If you're making something distinct in terms of the way in which you are doing it, slightly different, then please know that out. This also comes in now. One of the key bits is for us to show innovation. Innovation, guys, can be shown in heaps of different ways. It's not just the type of products that you come up with. It could be the way in which you've organized your business. It could be the way in which you've done your marketing. There's lots and lots of different ways that you can show innovation. Anything that you're doing which is slightly different, okay? and that could be the way that you're producing something. You know, if you're using recycled goods or whatever it might be. Okay, um, your sustainability. You've got to explain why, in what way you're sustainable. Okay, this can be a little bit tricky, and this is usually something I probably think I will wait till we get back to really for me to explain it. But if you can show that you're in what ways you are being sustainable by looking at these four things: the quadruple bottom line, economic, social, cultural, ethical, and environmental. Okay. This is what you can also measure yourself again about. But I think I'll probably explain that bit when we get back. Hopefully the next bit pretty simple. Your vision. So ideally, you guys as a group, in a perfect world, what's your vision? So if you are making, for example, you guys who are making the mouldy games for the Plunkett group, that type of idea, your vision is that every kid in New Zealand grows up understanding the bicultural nature, bicultural types of games. So, i.e., you can have your New Zealand European Pakeha type games, and then you can have your Māori type games, which would be totally natural for these kids. All right. So when you grow up, every kid doesn't make a distinction. It's just that's it. Okay, your mission, remember your mission sort of makes a pathway towards what you're trying to achieve as your vision. But this is where you start introducing what your actual product is. Okay, and then your SMART objectives: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time related. Okay, remember all of these things must be linking together. Okay, so your vision, your mission's got to show a path to the vision. Your SMART objectives shows a path to the mission. Okay, and then finally down here, very much your values. It's worth putting in about what it is about you as a group that you value that have made you decide to come up with this idea and to follow this vision. Okay, so I would say this bit here, start making a crack on this bit here, just to focus, and hopefully by the time we all get back to school, hopefully probably by I don't know, I'm gonna say probably, I don't know, I'm not the Prime Minister, but I'd like to think next week I can really start thrashing this out with you guys. Okay, so that's something just to get going on that one. Okay, guys, in the meantime, if there's any questions, then give me a shout. I should be online during our session today, but if not, just drop me any other messages. I hope you're all doing well, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys soon, hopefully. Cheers.